2, 1. Welcome back. This is The Pick.
Welcome back to the show, you guys.
And we're going to be doing our recaps of what the games happened this weekend. Our first game we're going to talk about is college and the first playoff game between Clemson and Notre Dame. Kind of what I thought was going to happen, but a little not as. I thought it was going to be a bit closer than it was, but for the most part, I thought this was going to happen. Clemson pretty much won fairly convincingly. It was close in the first quarter, but Clemson just did all they want on offense after those last three quarters, and Notre Dame on offense couldn't do anything. They were just being
Very stagnant.
Very stagnant. Quarterback wasn't doing much. Couldn't have any running game.
Getting shut down.
Yeah, that defensive line was playing really well, even without Lawrence. So we'll see if he'll be able to play when they play Bama. Trevor Lawrence, man, he's the truth.
Yeah, he is.
He's amazing. Even though he's a freshman, played really well due to both of those really good receivers for Clemson. I'm impressed with Clemson. I don't know if they're going to beat Bama. We're definitely getting to that when we do a preview. But, yeah, man, best two teams are going to be in this national championship game.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, man, Clemson really just literally got to do whatever they wanted to do on that field pretty much. Notre Dame, for the most part, in the first quarter kept it close. But outside of that, it was a blowout pretty much. I mean, Clemson didn't score that much, but still, it was just how the game turned out with only giving them 3 points. And, yeah, they just pretty much, like I said, did whatever they wanted to on offense. Defense absolutely shut Notre Dame down. Didn't give them no passing game at all or a rushing game. So, yeah, that's what kept them so stagnant. They had literally nothing going for them. Ian Book, he was pretty much one read and run the entire game. So if he didn't see his one read, he was running. And it kind of was working for a little bit, but defenses kind of started figuring that out, and they started to spy on him and just absolutely demolished him. And then a couple of runs made no sense because he seen the guy sitting there and still did it anyway and got sacked. So at that point, you guys have to switch up your formula and try something different, and they didn't. They just kept doing the same thing, and that's why they only had 3 points. So, yeah, like I said, that was a dominating game by Clemson. It shows how good they are, and it just really showed where Notre Dame was. Just defense is not good enough. That defense is pretty good, but like I said, wasn't good enough against that high-powered Clemson team, and their offense is a stagnant offense outside of the running back. I think they're kind of one-dimensional. They're not very good at getting deep balls, and they, like I said, they weren't even getting any really good short passes, so they were getting shut down, dominated. But that was a really good win by Clemson, and bad game if you're a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, kind of what happened to Notre Dame, kind of what happened to Washington when they played Alabama a few years ago. Is just they don't have the biggest people like you got your Georgias, your Alabama, the Clemsons, Ohio State, and to Oklahoma on offense. They don't have the freaks. They don't have those huge players.
No.
And, you really can't win without those players now in college football. And defensive line, offensive line, and those really quick skill players. If you don't have those, you're not going to win. Last team really did not have super huge players and athletic players and all around really monsters on everywhere is that Auburn team, but they had the ultimate monster in Cam Newton. So
they did.
Yeah, man. I don't know how Notre Dame's gonna be really good. They had to get something figured out. They had to. Brian Kelly's a good coach, but I think if they really want to get to the next level, they have to get a superstar like a young Lincoln Riley or someone else, someone like him to upstart the recruiting and get those bigger guys. Someone has SEC ties or that can get those big old freaks that maybe they can make an impact. But it's really hard for Notre Dame because they're a Catholic school and they have really high expectations, and you have to be a really good student to be there. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say they're never going to win a championship again. Who knows? But and they had to get some things figured out before they're really going to compete with the big dogs.
Yeah, absolutely agree, man. If they want to be considered the top program, they got to definitely recruit better and, get a younger coach. It just seems like that's kind of like the new generation, the new wave. You want a younger quarterback, a head coach. And I guess to bring that in, I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe they're more inventive.
I think more of him, more young. He can relate to the kids better. I just think they need someone that has those connections and recruiting with the South teams and the Southern East Coast teams like your Georgias, your Floridas, your Alabamas, your Mississippis, your Carolinas,
Right.
your Texases. I mean, if they have those type of players, and I think Notre Dame maybe can get themselves a championship again. But until those things happen, or they have a revolutionary quarterback like a Cam Newton, it's not going to happen in my eyes. But who knows? I'm not going to say they're never going. Like I said before, I'm not going to say they're never going to win a championship again. But until they get those things changed, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely got to switch things up.
Before we get out of here, I did think that it should be in the playoff because they did win all their games, and we didn't really know. I mean, some people did, but we didn't really know that they're the same Notre Dame team like they were against Alabama in that championship in 2012. But they seem like they are. They're still not in that elite tier, and honestly, I think Georgia should have probably been in, but I'm not angry that Notre Dame got in.
Yeah, it ain't like it's a super leap over. Like they leaped over this, really great team other than they took them. No, Georgia hasn't had the greatest season. From hasn't been playing that great. So, I mean, maybe it could have been a better contest if you threw Georgia in there. But still, I think Clemson still would have won that game. So it ain't that far of a stretch to when they pick Notre Dame over them. So it ain't that big of a deal.
I mean, I think it's a bigger. I mean, I think Georgia definitely would have gave Clemson a run for their money. They might have even beat them, but when you lose 2 games and you lose to a crappy LSU team by 20 points, you just don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Right. Anyway, that's all I got to say about the game. Clemson, man, they know that they're a long way to go if they want to beat Alabama, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Chris would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.